All right. Well, we got about 20 minutes.
All right. What do you want to do?
Well, since we have the rare opportunity to have a female third
hole?
chair.
A hole on the show, basically. 2 guys in a hole.
Well, a couple holes, really. But I mean,
True.
I thought
3 that are worthy. And I guess if you really want to fucking get into nose and ears and shit, I mean, we could go there. But 3 that are definitely worthy.
I guess I want to be all inclusive, because
right.
I'm so politically correct.
You really are.
Yeah, I really am.
Thank
I
you.
want to be all inclusive.
Yeah.
I want to have a subject that would relate to the ladies specifically.
All right.
And since Taylor is here,
Okay.
I would like to get her female perspective and viewpoint.
All right.
So I thought we would wrap up the show
Yes.
with 7 sneaky reasons why your vagina itches.
Oh, all right.
What?
All right, Taylor.
Oh,
Go
all
ahead.
right. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Well, first of all, before you even get there,
Okay.
how often does your vagina itch?
Never.
Never.
Never itch.
It's
Keep my shit
fucking
clean.
golden like taffy.
Squeaky clean. Like
Stop
Bob
it.
Leather said, nothing better than
Stop
a
it.
clean twat.
Stop it. First of all, that's a lie. Now let's get to the real story.
Okay.
How often? There's got to be a time. There's got to be a time when you're fucking sitting too long in the fucking in class or
At the playground.
well, there's that. You fucking hanging upside down on the monkey bars and the fucking juices pile back in.
Right.
Juices run down your leg. All
Right.
right.
They're running back up because you're hanging upside down from your legs on the monkey
True.
bars.
Sure.
There has to be some vaginal itching.
None that I can think of.
None ever.
No.
You've
Not
never
yet.
scratched your pussy.
No.
Such a liar. Such a liar. So prim and proper. Can't admit the truth.
All right. Not sure every woman is walking around with an itchy vagina.
Or an itchless vagina.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
But many are.
Okay.
How many women? What do you think the percentage of women are out there? Would say at the grocery store? Since I know that's your big pickup
That
joint.
is a pickup spot.
It is. It said, how many of those women do you think? Man, I can't wait till I get out of the store. I got to scratch my vagina.
But unfortunately for the ones that I pick up in the fucking grocery store, they got to take a fist and just twist side to side to scratch the itch. They can't go in with just a finger. They got to just
Fist job.
like if you strip the feather part off a feather and
Sure.
just held that fucking stalk and just
Right.
twist inside there.
Right.
It's like a back scratcher,
Oh,
only
Sure.
for pussy.
shit.
Exactly. Below the belt itching is a common symptom
Yeah.
that we see as gynecologists.
Okay.
It can be so bothersome that even mild symptoms will bring women in.
Except for Taylor.
That's right. I'm not old enough yet. I still got years to
Still
deal with
growing.
vaginal itching.
It's still growing.
Yeah. Still developing.
And the reasons why it itches can range from benign to more worrisome, such as STDs.
Well, not with you.
That's right.
That's why it's important to figure out what the heck is going on.
All right. Let's hear what's going on.
That, and it's not like you can go around scratching your cooch all day.
Not unless you want to be known as sexy.
Right.
Nothing more sexy than a girl just fucking getting her finely done nails and just grinding it out.
Right.
Exactly. So while you don't have to run to the doctor...
Wait a minute. What the fuck? Is this cat really fucking biting her pussy? What the hell?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yep.
What the?
Yep. That's got cat scratch fever going on there.
Holy shit.
Got some cat scratch fever going on there.
No shit.
All right.
I didn't know there was a literal fucking meaning to that term until now.
Apparently. Yep. Well, you don't have to run to the doctor for every unusual itch.
All right.
She recommends making an appointment if symptoms stick around for more than 2 days or if along the scratchiness, you have unusual bleeding or lesions in the area.
In the twat area.
Lesions.
Ugh.
Here are 7 possible causes,
All right,
plus the best advice for fixing each one.
All right, good.
Number 1, the most common, yeast infection.
Have you had a yeast infection?
No, I haven't.
Never?
Been baking some sourdough down there. Now I'm good.
If you had a yeast infection, would you still let a dude fucking eat you out?
No,
Why not?
it's gross.
So what?
How the fuck would you do that?
What if a guy's into it?
It's well,
What if a guy's into it?
that's gross.
Would you let him? Would
you eat a girl out if she had a yeast infection?
Depends on the girl. I've been known to do a lot of things for the story.
It's true.
What about? Okay, let's back up a step.
All right.
So we're gonna go to my always obvious, my old faithful, old red,
The old
red.
Red Wings.
Yes. Will you let a dude get his Red Wings?
No, why not? What's wrong with that?
Well, that's fucking blood and fucking uterine fucking eggs. You're letting him fucking digest. It's almost like well, in your case, it would be like very youthful caviar.
caviar.
It would be like
Caviar.
It's caviar. It's uterine eggs.
Right.
So you'll let him fucking take useless blood flow
Yeah.
in his mouth, but not yeast.
Well, you clean it beforehand, you know. It's not like he's sticking his tongue in your cunt, you know. If he just works on the clit, then it's fine, right?
But what about if he's what if he's one of those guys?
That really gets into it.
Or he's licking the clit and he's
Or
fucking.
like Chris, he likes
that's his
he
problem.
likes
Well,
to finger
fine. I'm
paint.
enjoying
Yeah,
it. I don't give a
the
shit.
finger painting. Now the finger
Yeah.
painting is part of it, though.
Yeah.
You gotta let the dude. I mean, any guy worth his salt eating pussy has to fucking go up in with at least
Right.
2 fingers.
Right.
That's a rule. So you bring it out and you fucking write your name on the belly a little bit, and you know
Yeah.
that's all good, right?
Right, that's fine.
But
I mean, a yeast infection.
but if you brought it out and
bacteria.
it was some white pus,
Well, it'd be
no
like
name on the
yellow
belly.
or some shit. No, that's gross.
Yeah, but maybe. But what if that's his fetish? What if you really like this guy? Let's just call him Neeley as an example. Nelly. What if you really like this dude? And he said, you know what? Your fucking infection is hot. I really want to fucking lick that fucking gnarly puss.
Gnarly puss.
I want to lick that up.
Ugh.
I have never had sourdough bread as good as this.
Lick it up. Lick it up.
Oh,
Would you let
God.
him? If he really was, if you're like into this guy, you're real into this dude. But that's his one weird fetish. That's his one
I mean,
weirdo
that's not
thing.
really a problem, but just from like I'm a nursing student.
Yeah,
so
but
from
that's
like
his
a
thing. But
healthcare
that's his thing.
standpoint, that's
But
gross
that's
as
his
fuck.
thing. He likes to live dangerously on the tongue. He's Bruce Dickinson. He got an STD from eating pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Time-
right. HPV.
Yeah, so there you go. So if it was Bruce Dickinson eating your pussy, and Bruce said, "Man, I just want to fucking eat that fucking yeast right out of you,"
Yeah.
would you let him do it?
Depends on how many drinks I've had. I guess.
All right, you've had 20.
20 drinks.
Well, yeah.
So 20 is a yes.
I'm blackout drunk at that point.
Okay, so then what you're saying is that
It's rape.
so then you would also kiss him on the back end of it.
It's not rape. It's a snuggle with a struggle.
Yeah, that's right.
Would you let him kiss you at the end of it?
Probably not.
But you've had a lot of drinks.
Fuck you, Chris.
Would you let him? Would you? Okay, well, I'm going to go backwards a step. Are you going to kiss the guy that fucking ate the blood wings out of you?
No.
Never.
I don't want that shit in my mouth. I mean, that's his fetish, not
What
mine.
if-
I don't want that shit.
But what if his thing was to fucking make the clown makeup between the two of you? It's like a Joker. It's a Joker fetish where he eats your pussy and he gets that fucking all the way up here,
Yeah.
and then he imprints it back on you. That's his fetish.
That's his fetish, not mine.
Yeah, but-
he could
but-
he could wear the
But
Joker
that's
mask all he wants.
not. But you're not fulfilling
I
his.
don't
You're
give
not
a
fulfilling
shit.
for
I
him.
think her answer is no.
No.
I'm thinking she might.
No.
You were quick to say yes on the blood wings.
Oh, well,
That's natural.
Who cares? Yeah.
And you were also quick to say he could fucking finger paint.
Yeah. So it's art, right?
Okay, well that's only like about a foot higher. It's still art. It's imprinting art.
She's like, no, that's not putting that in my mouth.
Not in the mouth, on the mouth.
It's like, no.
On the mouth.
It's like silly putty.
Yeah.
You remember how you take silly
You
putty
on
and
the
put it on a
newspaper?
comic
On
strip?
the newspaper. I fucking know this shit, Chris.
You saw it on a history report.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like silly putty. Mm-hmm. You take it off of his Joker face and give it to your Joker face.
Well, so long as it's on, not in.
Well, not in. I'm not saying.
Yeah, okay,
I'm not saying
well,
paint
that's
your
fine.
teeth.
All right, well, let's hear about yeast infection.
All right, let's hear about
Let's
it.
We'll
go
start
ahead.
with the most obvious one, yeast infection. These infections are so common that 3/4 of women will get one at some point.
Okay.
So that means 75% of women will suffer a yeast infection at some
Great.
point.
Right.
Or
I
not.
can't wait to be a bitchy old cunt with a yeast infection.
Wow.
The hallmark symptom is extreme itchiness.
So what you're saying is, if you see Taylor at CVS buying a fucking case of Gold Bond, you know it's a fucking problem. Hey, what do you need all that shit for? What are you powdering down there?
Oh, shit.
So the hallmark is extreme itchiness along with odorless, thick, white discharge.
Ew. It's like
Sounds
cottage cheese.
Sounds like delicious.
So what you're saying exactly is that you're not willing to give him thick, odorless white discharge, but you're willing to take his thick, somewhat odored discharge. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah.
All
why
right,
not?
as long as I'm clear.
All right, we suggest at least call your doctor to discuss your symptoms rather than going to the drugstore to buy an over-the-counter treatment.
Yeah, or the bakery.
Right. If you randomly self-treat and it's not a yeast infection, you can make the problem worse. Just a little word of caution for you ladies.
Yeah.
I want to be all-inclusive here.
Look at that photo from Demon. Holy shit.
See what demons brought up to the table.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my, that's not good.
Or it's great, depending on your fucking...
Yeah.
Niggas be like, I don't care, babe. Yikes.
That's a little bit of blood.
Oof, a little bit.
Fucking murder scene.
Exactly. Okay, second symptom.
Well, if you don't clean your pussy when you're in the middle of the period, does it like, do you have to like pick scabs out of it?
Whoa.
What are you, fucking 10
Well, I'm
years
looking
old?
at this
No.
I'm looking at this picture, and I'm
Right.
thinking from this picture,
I mean, if you have
there
like
would be some
wide
scabbing.
set gaping,
But that's not period blood. That's ripping her apart.
Yeah.
Maybe.
that's like
Maybe
if
she
you,
just has a heavy flow.
Nah, I
if you
think
have like
that's
Kim Kardashian's cunt, big gaping cunt.
You drive
Maybe
a
you
truck
bleed
through
that
that.
much.
You could drive a truck through that.
right. Okay, the second one is trichomoniasis.
Trichomoniasis?
Yeah, it's TRICHOMONIASIS.
All right. Trichomosis. Whatever.
Yeah. This common sexually transmitted infection that is an STD is caused by a parasite called
Black chicks.
Trichomonas vaginalis. Wow. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, that is the CDC, notes that while 3.7 million people are infected, more of them women, only 30% know it.
What?
Yeah. A lot of women have it, but only 30% of them know it.
All right. So, whatever. We're still fucking them.
That's because it often causes no symptoms, but when it does, it causes itching, burning, a change in discharge, or external white cracking in the skin.
Yeah.
You may assume it's a yeast infection and try an over-the-counter antifungal, and it doesn't work.
Do you not think that you fucked at least one chick in your lifetime that had an STD?
No, I don't think
I
so.
know I have.
That's you, though.
I mean, I don't know. Like someone told me.
Yeah.
I just know that there had to be one.
Yeah, but I don't have the cavalcade of women you may have had in Korea or wherever.
It's player.
No, well, in Korea, I was definitely in Korea. I used to gamble on pussy.
Sure.
I mean, that was what I did. But there had to be someone that had something. I just didn't catch it.
No, it's not my deal, man. So you may assume it's a yeast infection. It's never a good idea. That's all the more reason you should go see a doctor. If tests come back positive, it's very easy to cure with an antibiotic.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you get some penicillin.
Except why would you go and get the prescription for it? Because the chick doesn't know it.
Well, that's if she's suffering from certain
external white cracking
yeah.
in the skin.
It's like, this isn't going away, you know.
She knows when that snapper starts itching, right?
Right. Just typical irritation is another reason.
Well, shit, what's the medication for that? I'll give it to every chick I know.
They're
all typically irritating.
Rounding out the top 3 most common causes is irritation caused by certain fabrics or products.
Fabrics or products?
Yeah, you might be using like certain, like you might, some chicks are like allergic to certain
Tide or something.
Yeah, something like that, and it doesn't blend well with their skin.
Does any of that stuff dry out a puss?
Could
Tide?
Well, not necessarily
anything?
Tide, but is there like a certain kind?
Huh.
Is there like a certain kind that's known for pussy drying outness?
I don't know that.
Drying outness.
We often talk to patients about good vulvar, VULVAR.
Vulvar?
Yeah, hygiene. That includes not wearing scented panty liners.
That's the worst.
Boo.
And not wearing panty liners too much overall. Avoiding.
That's fucking nasty.
What is the purpose
Wear a
of
fucking tampon.
What is the word Is that what the purpose of the panty liner is? Is so that you don't bleed on the panties?
Basically, but it's gross.
That's that winged bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's fucking worse.
Yeah. And
it looks terrible in a thong.
You
right.
can smell that scent.
And not only that, it catches your pubic hair.
Yeah.
Because it's got a tape.
Pubic hair, what's that?
Your taint hair.
Your taint hair.
It catches your taint hair.
Oh, my God.
So avoid scented soaps for down there cleaning.
All right.
And absolutely never douching or using scented feminine sprays or powders.
It can upset the pH
Yeah.
levels.
So Ogilvy is bad?
Yeah, don't be using
Summer's
FDS.
Eve.
Summer's Eve?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be using the feminine deodorant spray.
But some chicks, especially in the Bob Leather world, certainly need the fucking feminine spray.
Yeah.
Right, but don't use it, they say.
They say just stink.
They say it just kicks. No, you're not supposed to stink at all.
What's the opposite of fucking using it?
Well, that's
Stinking.
That's because people are trying to cover something up that shouldn't be there to begin with.
But what if they just have a gross pussy?
Well, if everything is right and their pH balance is right and everything, they shouldn't have that problem.
You've never gone down on a chick that fucking had a stank puss?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell this story.
Go ahead.
There was this one time I was working at this place, and there was this gal who was the receptionist.
Right.
And she worked in the front reception office.
Okay.
You walk in the door, and you're right in the office.
Right.
Well, I came in from lunch.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, and I said this out loud, not knowing any better.
Right.
I said, did somebody order Long John Silver's for lunch? I literally said that. And it was this girl's snatch that smelled so bad.
What was she wearing? Was she wearing like
she was wearing
skirt?
a very tight skirt.
She's airing out her cunt.
She certainly wasn't wearing a pantsuit.
No, she was wearing a very tight
Hillary
skirt.
Clinton
and she was a little overweight.
Yeah.
And her clothes were a little ill-fitting because she was a little bit too fat to be wearing them. And she smelled up the entire office. I literally thought somebody had ordered Long John Silver's for lunch, and I said, "Did somebody order Long John?" And I wasn't being funny. I actually thought that's
Did
what
they send her home?
Well, the boss pulled her in the office and basically had to have a discussion about her hygiene.
How would you like to be that boss?
Oh, my God. Well, it was a woman boss.
I don't care who it is.
I know, I understand.
Who wants to tell their employee, hey, your pussy stinks?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But get this.
Yeah.
The administrator that worked there, I got along with him really well.
Yeah.
When she would leave for the day,
Yeah.
he and I would drag her chair literally outside,
To air it out.
and we would douse it
Hose
with
it down. Some
we would
Febreze or some shit.
we would douse it with like a spray.
Oh.
Because this chick stunk
Jesus.
to high heaven.
What do you think was her problem?
Well, she wasn't clean. She just wasn't a clean chick. She used to go out like late at night. She used to like leave work.
Yeah.
And then she would go like hit the bars and stuff, and she'd be out like till 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
And then she'd go home and then sleep and probably never shower or something.
Oh.
And then she would come back in.
Was she married?
No.
Because she fucking smelled.
Yeah.
That's why nobody wanted to get near that.
No, that's not true, because even if she was out, someone would fuck her. See, that's the rule of chicks.
Really?
Someone will fuck her anyway, even if she stinks.
Yeah.
Right.
Be it right?
Right.
If you're at a bar at 10 o'clock at night, if you walk up on some chick and she stinks,
Right.
you walk the fuck away.
Right.
2 o'clock in the morning, no one else around,
See, I don't know
Right in
that
there.
because that's just not my thing.
right in there. Hey,
But-
baby.
But she suffered from the next symptom,
Okay.
bacterial vaginosis.
Bacterial vaginosis.
That bacteria is what makes it smell.
Really?
It's like, well, it's the same with your armpits.
Right.
You know, that's what causes the odor.
Sure. Well, this vaginal infection can cause some itching.
Yeah.
The doctor will.
What the fuck?
Now, what am I missing?
Nathan from Kentucky. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. That's basically it.
Oh, God. I think it smells like chicken.
Smell like chicken. You put your face in it.
Right. You know, women, they used to, years ago, back in the like 40s, they used to.
So you were like 20. Go ahead.
Women, they used to use Lysol.
Oh,
Lysol.
my
Lysol.
God. What the fuck?
That's absolutely true.
God damn.
Absolutely true. Lysol.
What must it have tasted like to eat those chicks?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm gonna pull up something real quick.
Oh, great.
Lysol.
Lysol pussy?
Let me look.
No, Lysol. Vagina.
Lysol on pussy.
Let's see.
Right.
Vagina ad.
Well, I got one that said it could be
Look.
worse. At least you're not douching with Lysol.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this.
Let me see.
I'm going to show. Look at this.
Now there's this one. Ad history. Douching with Lysol for
That-
true
Lysol
romance.
brand disinfectant for douching.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, Lysol.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not shitting.
Look at that.
Oh.
Look at the guy's face. Look how disgusted he is. Look at this, Chris. Look how disgusted this guy is. This guy is so put out.
Of course he is.
He's just like totally put out with his chick stinking.
I would be too.
Look, he's just reading the newspaper all disgusted.
It's like, get your stank pussy out of here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Disgusted.
I don't want to move mine because I'll put it in the chat room if I can get this photo. Copy image URL. You got to see this image. It says, why does she spend the evenings
I know,
alone?
I got it. I
Yeah.
pulled that one up. He's out the door and she's sitting on the edge of the
Oh,
bed.
shit.
Apparently it has something to do with Lysol.
Yeah. He's out the door. He's got this disgusted look on his face. He's like fucking pissed off.
Of course he is.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh,
Look at that.
yeah.
Look, he's out the door. He's like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm finding some other chick who doesn't stink.
There, I just posted in the chat.
That's no lie. Lysol.
Don't you think that part of the reason those chicks in the 60s stank was because all those fucking weird clothes they were wearing?
I don't know the answer to that, but
I mean, those clothes were hideous.
so there you go. But they used to douche with Lysol.
How hot.
Yeah. So the next one, herpes.
Oh.
Herpes.
All right.
You may think you could spot genital herpes, but not everyone gets the lesions that are easy to see. You may feel
Herpes chicken.
Yeah. You may feel some itching or painful urination, but the symptoms may not be as severe as you think. I've seen people try to treat herpes with a topical yeast medication, and it just doesn't work.
And Lysol doesn't do it
Yeah.
either.
The Lysol
apparently.
doesn't work either.
Damn it.
The next one, a shaving disaster.
What?
Yeah, when you shave down there, it may feel smooth at the moment, but when the hair grows back, it's itchy city.
Well, that's an easy fix.
Right.
Don't let the hair grow back.
Exactly. In fact, in 2014, a study that's been published by the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology about problems women experience ridding pubic hair, 20%, they felt severe itching.
No, maybe you just don't date somebody that's of pubic age yet.
Right. Women who know their bodies well, and if they know they get irritation from shaving, I say just don't do it.
Kill him.
Right.
Pussy should be shaved.
Sure. Then
Not even landing strip.
Oh.
Shaved.
Well, I'm fucked then.
Shaved.
I had to let my landing strip grow out a little bit. I had like a little pussy mohawk going on for a while.
Is that like a helicopter landing strip? What is that shit?
a pussy mohawk.
It's kind of like if you don't fucking cut your grass in one spot for a while, it just fucking spreads out.
Exactly.
Then last but not least, hormones.
Hormones.
Yeah. You know how to make a hormone, don't you?
I don't have to worry
I've
about
heard.
that.
Don't pay her.
Yeah.
If you're postmenopausal, the source of the itch could be that your vagina is changing along with your changing hormones. Namely, a drop of estrogen can thin the mucus lining in your vagina. But don't fret. After ruling out all the other causes, we can treat this vaginal estrogen cream or a tablet.
What do you think Caitlyn Jenner's pussy smells like? Do you think it stinks?
Wheaties.
Wheaties. Probably not anymore. I mean, honestly, what would you honestly think that an inverted cock smells like?
Gross.
Would it not have some sort of fucking bleach smell to it? From,
Lysol.
He's what, 66 or something, right? 60 or 70. That's 50 years of blowing loads through it.
Ew.
And now you're going to turn it inside out. Don't you think it's got to smell kind of bleachy?
Oh, God.
How'd you like to be the first guy to go down on that?
Ugh.
Yuck.
No way.
Would you do it for the story?
No.
You would. Wouldn't you, Chris?
You know, I don't know. That would be that's really that's like a value
What
system
if it was
question.
bleeding?
That's a value system question. Am I willing to be gay or not? And I don't think I am. I don't think I'm willing to be gay even for the story.
No.
And I think fucking Bruce Jenner, even after a tranny operation, is still being gay.
Sure.
But it is a toss-up. I'd have to really
Yeah.
put some real thought into this.
Right. All right. Any final comments, Mr. Aiken?
No, this went very fast.
It went very quick.
Which means that it was very good.
It was fun. Any comments, Miss Taylor?
Apparently, I was supposed to do a shout out to Moogle. So,
Really?
Why?
yeah, he asked me to. So go get a fucking job. How about
That's
that?
a shout-out.
There you go. All right. Well, it's been a fun show tonight. It went by very quickly.
Yeah, it did.
And I want to thank Chris Aiken for inviting us to Studio E.
Studio E. Making
Studio
appearance.
E and making all the accommodations and make it all work right.
Yeah, well, sort of.
I had to do I had to do a little minimal retooling.
Right.
And it all made it all work out.
Perfect.
And then, of course, I want to thank the beautiful Miss Taylor Page
Boy.
for being a part of the show tonight and being so brave as to enter this jungle.
I know, especially since she was afraid of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she met you and she's, I could take that fucking guy.
Fucking pussy. Fag.
Caught me on a weak moment. That's fine.
Right. So, and I want to thank the fine folks of the city of Pittsburgh for allowing us to visit for 2 days.
Yeah, right. Move along.
No blacks. I like it.
Wow. Maybe I do want to live here.
Right. Right. But,
Except for the nigger Chandler.
Wow.
Really.
Easy.
Jeez.
I'm quoting Bob Leather. All right?
Okay, all right. You just as long as you're paraphrasing.
Exactly.
It's a quote.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thanks for everybody hanging out in the chat room and being a part of the show and all that fun stuff. So we're going to get out of here. What do you got lined up for us, Chris?
Can't Kill the Devil, Metal Allegiance.
Wow. All right. Well, we're going to leave you with 2 tunes tonight. So we're going to get out of here. We'll be back to normal next week. Yeah?
Yep.
Are you sure?
I will be, well, that's the 19th. I'll be in Studio B.
Okay.
I will be there.
Where?
In Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for everyone to tune in, and we'll be back next Saturday. We'll do this thing all over again. So this is Neeley, along with my very good friend
Satan.
And our third mic, The Hole.
Yeah, The Hole. Twatty Taylor.
Right.
Twatty
Taylor.
I like the name.
We're out of here.
Bye, kids.
Finger job.